The story so far. Having rescued the Celestrians who were held captive in the dungeons of Gittish Palace, Phoenix returned to the observatory and told Apis Major of Corvus, who had been held captive all these years, unable to return from the mortal realm. Apis Major essentially told us there's nothing we can do. He is outranking every Celestrian at this point, including himself. No one can stand to him. And as we were about to leave, we received a message from Celestria asking asking us to meet her at the base of the Yggdrasil tree. And that is where we head to right now. The skies are streaked across with sadness. Corvus's hatred and anger threaten to consume our world entirely. But we cannot allow him to sin any further. His is a soul that can yet be saved. Hark, Phoenix. All the mortals to whose aid you have come so willingly. All the lives that would have been filled with sorrow had it not been for your intervention. Gratitude fills their hearts to overflowing, their pure, mortal hearts. We've helped a lot of people. It is their turn now to come to your aid, to lend you their power in return. Behold, a fig born of all your good deeds, a gift from all those you have helped so selflessly. We have a fig of our own. Eat this fig, Phoenix. Consume it and become mortal. Do so, that you might overcome the law of the Celestrians and battle Corvus, that you might bring his sinning to an end. That this is no easy choice, I understand, but there can be no other way. Go to the realm of the mighty. Stop him, for all our sakes. It has to be such a insurmountable request. We've technically been living as a half-mortal, half-Celestrian this whole time. A Celestrian without actual Celestrian powers. But now to renounce ourselves, renounce our Celestrian self, in order to loophole ourselves around a law of being so that we can actually stop Corvus. This is one of the more powerful moments to me in this game, out of everything that we've seen so far. And the fights to come really make up my favorite parts of the story of this game. So let's go ahead and head over to Sterling and head to this realm of the mighty. All everyone does is expect you to sort their problems out for them. It really gets my goat going. You've done enough, Phoenix. Just let your hair drown and do what you want for a change. Yeah, let my hair drown. Good vocabulary there, Stella, as always. I heard what Celestria said, Sunshine. But do you really reckon you could just give up being a Celestrian and spend the rest of your days as a mortal? I don't reckon even you're barmy enough to go doing something like that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you really do want to go after Corvus that much. If you do, now's the time to show it. Choose that path, Sunshine, and I'm with you all the way. I'll fly you to the realm of the Almighty and beyond. What the flap are you saying, you stupid idiot? Why don't you think before you start clapping your trap? If Phoenix becomes mortal, he won't be able to see us anymore, will he? They can't expect you to do it, Phoenix. Not for anything. Don't flapping do it. Eat the fig and become mortal. It's the only way. And as a Celestrian, our duty, our destiny is to protect the Protectorate. To guide the mortals to becoming better, to gather the benevolence to give to the World Tree so we can ascend. There's no other choice. Phoenix eats the fig. No, he ate it. He ate it. Oi, Phoenix. Phoenix, can you hear me? Talk to me. Yes, I can hear you. Well, you answered, so you must be able to. Phew. So it didn't work. Thank Flap for that. It must be because you don't have any wings or a halo or anything. The fig didn't think you were a Celestrian. Sorry to disappoint you, Treacle, but it worked alright. Can't you feel it? He's got mortal written all over him. I reckon the only reason he can still see us is because it ain't finished yet. It'll probably take just a bit longer to work. But once it does, Sunshine, well, us, the Starflight, the Observatory, you won't be able to see none of it no more. Oh, for Flap's sake. I try to look at the bright side, and old Fat Guts has to open his big flapping mouth and ruin it all. Well, excuse me for telling the truth. We can't all spend our lives away with the fairies. Look, Phoenix, you've proved how much you want this, and I for one ain't gonna stop you doing what you gotta do. So where to next? You going after Corvus or heading down below? It's up to you, Sunshine. I think before we head up to the final dungeon of the game, we need to do some training and maybe a few odds and ends down in the Protectorate. We are barely scraping by the last few boss fights we've had. And I looked ahead in the guidebook a little bit, and it recommends about level 40 to level 42 for the party members. We are high 30s right now. We also do not have access to a particular spell that makes the later boss fights easier, multi-heal in particular. So I think it would be imperative for us to do some grinding, some level grinding, some equipment upgrades. And so we're going to focus on that instead of the main story for this particular session. But once we are prepared, we will be able to start the final dungeon, the final moments, the final boss fights. And trust me, there are quite a few boss fights we still have left to go through. So, as much as I want to just jump right into it, we are not prepared. We are not prepared, we are not ready. So we will instead go down back to the Protectorate. But we will return to fight the last fights. the story so far. Resolved to pursue Corvus to the realm of the Almighty, Phoenix has eaten a fig in order to become mortal. However, nothing appears to have happened. Sterling has suggested that the metamorphosis from Celestrian to mortal may take some time, and that it will. And until then, we still need to head up to the realm of the Almighty itself so that we can face Corvus once and for all. So where to next? You going after Corvus or heading down below? It's up to you, Sunshine. Just let me know what stop you need dropping off at then. We have been busy, and I will show off the fruits of the labor in short order. But we are now finally ready to go to the realm of the Almighty. What the? Well, that's not exactly easy on the eyes, is it? Or the guts. I've got a bad feeling about this. Oh, that's Stella talking. My apologies. This Corpus character needs a serious talking with about his taste in evil fortresses. What once was a realm of islands connected by stairways of light, staircases of light, we now have this malevolent and evil tree of sorts. Almost fitting in a way, comparative to Celestria turning herself into the World Tree. It appears that Corvus has grown his own evil tree of sorts, and has now changed the name of this location from Realm of the Almighty to Realm of the Mighty. But before we tackle this evil fortress, this final dungeon we have here, let us take a look at the party so far. Everyone has been boosted up from their high 30s in terms of their levels to level 41, except for Phoenix, unfortunately. Phoenix is a full level behind every other character, but that's okay. Phoenix is our level 40, everyone 41. We have the Charon's Bow, Raging Bull Helm, Dragon Mail, Heavy Handwear, Green Tights, Hiking Boots, and Mighty Armlet. The most important part about this gear setup for Phoenix, our ranger, is the Charon's Bow, which, if used as an item in battle, will heal the entire party. I'm not sure how much it heals by, but it's the closest thing we have to multi-heal on our team. I don't think any of our other equipment does anything if you use them in battle, but that's okay. Next, we have Rocky, our level 41 warrior, rocking the Storm Spear, Dark Shield, Great Helm, Mirror Armor, Light Gauntlets, Giga Steel Kneecaps, Safety Shoes, and Holy Talisman. And I don't think any of his stuff does anything if you use it in battle. We'll find out, I guess. Yeah, just some passive effects on these things. That's okay. Next is Jojo, our level 41 Minstrel, with a Giga Spike Whip, White Knight Shield, Thug's Mug, Ethereal Armor, Steel Gauntlets, Fancy Pants, Iron Sabatons, and Spirit Bracer. And then Lan Fan, our level 41 Martial Artist, Combusticlaws, Steely Sweatband, Dark Robe, Battle Bracers, Dragon Trousers, Shifu Shoes, and Lucky Pendant. It took 2 streams worth, 2.5 streams worth almost, to get us to where we are now from where we were last participating in the story. We were desperately unprepared for what goes on from this point in the story, but now we are ready. The Stairway of Light is still present, but we also have new enemies. A Genie Sanguini and a Mandrake Marshal. Alright, so 1 new enemy. Everyone is on Fight Wisely. We will use the characters as necessary. Otherwise, it's just more of the same until then. 115 damage does not take it out. But the Combusticlaws will cast a spell that attacks all enemies. That's actually very good. I think the previous claws we had for Lanfan only was a group of enemies, so that's good to know. There are very few instances that I can think of where I would want to utilize the Combusticlaws ability in battle, but that's okay. Now there is a piece of armor, or a set of armor I should say, that we can get when we get, I think it was just 1 or 2 mini medals, so we may go back down to get that armor just in case anyone can use it. I'm not sure though, but it might be worth it. But yeah, here we are in the final dungeon. These monsters who we have been having an easy time with, like, some monsters, if they were pretty big, would be health sponges, but really we could take them down in like 2 or 3 hits. These guys take a little bit more. They have a lot more health, a lot more defensive stats. We got to be careful up here, even though we're prepared now. We still need to be careful. The recommended level for starting in here was level 40. And by the time we get to the final boss, it's recommended that we're like level 42. I'm pretty sure. That's what the guidebook said. But even then, you know, that's with like a proper decent party. We're actually playing at a disadvantage with the party that we have right now. We do not have a dedicated healer class. We do not have a priest or a sage right now. And that puts us at a disadvantage. A priest gets access to an invaluable spell, multi-heal, but a sage, if we were to unlock it and get it, gets access to Omni-Heal, which is a full heal to a single party member. I think we'll be okay, but I am a little nervous. Critical hit, very good. Jojo is just running through his magic points. It's the reason why he has the Spirit Bracer, but I'm a little nervous, actually. Nice, critical hits abound. Luckily for us, Jojo doesn't need to have a whole bunch of magic points, especially right now. But when we get to some later areas, we will want to make sure that we boost up his magic points. There we go, another mini medal. Maybe what we'll do is there will be several mini bosses that we have in this dungeon. Maybe after the first mini boss, we'll go back down and turn in the mini medals. Very nice. That's weird. it's like pulsing on the ground. Is there anything up here? No, there's not. Okay. Well, we gotta fight this guy anyway. That's fine. Gigantes, 2 stun to move. Unfortunately for the Gigantes, the free turn for us means the death of him. Harold, welcome in. Redeeming a fake advertisement. Alright. Let me get to what I think will be a safe spot here. And let's go ahead and brighten up the mood of this dreary place, this final dungeon, with some advertising of sorts. You know, let's get into a battle. That'll be fine. We are safe in between turns on a battle. Maybe we will advertise to these 2 red dragons who have just appeared. Alright. I'm gonna need to break out some new snake oil cards. I'm running out of cards in this pile that I've had for like a whole year. I have thought about modifying the fake advertisement as well. That might be something for next year. So anyway, let's see here. Everyone knows that the biggest problem ever to grace this glorious capitalist nation of ours is the fact that your pajamas have wear and tear. Everyone is constantly replacing their pajamas. Well, we finally have the one and true solution for you, dear customer. I introduce to you Diamond Pajamas. The fabric is interwoven with a diamond mesh material, able to withstand any type of wear or tear or damage of any kind. Currently also being used by the military. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, Diamond Pajamas, now available for commercial use. And while I do advertise these products, I do not endorse them. Thank you. That's the last time we saw that advertiser. I think I remember best product with copyright. Anything was just selling tips. What do you mean by that, Harold? I don't think I understand. Alright, let's take on these dragons here. We'll use a rain of pain on them. Not getting copyrighted, just give people tips for $5. I mean, that's an interesting way. You just have to find people willing to purchase your tips, right? What was I going to... Oh, no. I was going to use the item in battle, but we can do that in the next battle. I want to see how much it heals. Roughly speaking. Like the old cartoons, tips for cash. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier as well. We have class-specific items, or not class-specific, but items from the class quests that give us different abilities and powers in certain circumstances. We have the Ranger Revelation on Phoenix, which allows us to have a better chance of critical hits when we have lower health. Rocky, I'll have to actually show all of them, because I don't remember them all offhand. But we were going to use our Charon's bow to heal everybody. The Warrior's Workbook. Pop this in your pocket to perform off-the-cuff counterattacks. So now we have a chance of counterattack on Rocky. We'll just attack. That's fine. The Minstrel's Manual for JoJo, which allows us to use the Gritty Ditty ability, which let's check out and see what that does. A rousing refrain that increases all allies' attack. That sounds nice. Let's use that. Does that use any MP? Oh, it does. It costs 16 MP. Never mind, we will not be doing that right now. Jeez. That's hefty. We'll just attack. And Lanfan has the Martial Artist Manual. It allows you to take tension from battle to battle. So, why don't we actually start building up your tension then? Alright, this multi-heal from Charon's Bow is not that great. Looks like it heals about the same as, like, a medicinal herb for everybody. But you know what? It's something. And it's the best we've got for multi-heal right now. So she'll carry that 50 into the new battle. That'll be good. Do I have the Armamentalist class? We have it unlocked, but we didn't put it onto a character. And also, to be fully transparent as well, I elected to turn off the redemptions to change a character's class or give myself a new character, because we're now entering the final dungeon. Just because at any point during all of this, if I had to change a character's class or raise up the levels of a new character, that would extend the playthrough by like an extra 4 hours. Technically, there are 6 hidden classes in the game, although really there are... There's really only one hidden class, but I'll explain why. We'll just psych up again, that's fine. Hey, 100, very good. So, to explain this out, is that there are 6 starting classes in the game. Warrior, Minstrel, Thief, Martial Artist, Mage, and Priest, if I didn't already say Priest. Mage, Martial Artist, Warrior, Minstrel, Thief, Priest. Right. About a quarter of the way into the game, you unlock the ability to change your classes, and you are able to then locate quests in the game to unlock the next set of classes to unlock. And there are 6 unlockable classes in the game. There is Gladiator, there is Sage, there is Ranger, Armamentalist, Paladin, and Luminary. Every single unlockable class is available before the end of the game, except for... We just find a suit of mirror armor? Are you serious? I had to buy that. Alright, well, someone else is getting some mirror armor then, I'm pretty sure. What is it? Every single class except for the Luminary can be unlocked before the end of the game. Luminary as a class is only unlockable after the main final boss has been defeated. Oh, I need to put everyone back to... fight wisely, because I don't want to control everybody. I played Final Fantasy Tactics and had classes and Hidden One, Find or Earn. Yeah, with this game, you do have to find the classes. Like, you have to find the quest to unlock them, and then you have to unlock them. The Sage class, I would say, is probably the hardest to unlock because you need to get to this area, this final dungeon in the game, to unlock it. And you know, I wasn't paying attention to her damage. Maybe she did use her ability. I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, what was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. The Sage class, you unlock it by defeating a very hard enemy with a very weak spell. So first you have to have a character who can cast that spell, but then you have to, like, get that really strong enemy to low enough health that the weak spell will take it out. And I think you need to do that 3 times. But Sage is one of the best classes in the game, in my opinion. So it's worth it, but we're not going to bother trying to get it in this playthrough. Rocky level 42. Very good. We're working on your courage skill. Right? Yeah, we weren't going to put any more into... Oh, no, we were. We were going to try and unlock multi-thrust. That's what we were doing. So in 2 levels, we should have multi-thrust unlocked. That's good.